Michael Evans had been driving a yellow cab through the streets of Chicago for nearly 15 years. He'd seen the usual, late-night drunks, office workers, exhausted nurses, tourists with too many bags. But nothing prepared him for the night that a woman collapsed into the back seat of his cab, barely able to breathe. It was a night that tested not just his patience, but his humanity. The night everything changed. It was almost midnight. Rain hammered the windshield, and Michael was thinking about calling it a night. His back ached, and he still had to pick up groceries for his teenage son at home. Just as he was about to turn off the meter, a woman waved desperately from the sidewalk. She stumbled into the back seat, clutching her stomach. Her voice shook. "Sir, please, hospital." Michael glanced through the mirror. Her face was pale, eyes glazed with pain. "Ma'am, you okay? Should I call 911? No, please, just get me there." He didn't waste another second. He hit the gas, weaving through traffic, ignoring the ticking meter. She groaned softly, holding her side. "What's your name?" he asked gently. "Amy. Amy Carter." Michael kept talking to keep her awake, reassuring her that she'd be okay. The ride that should have taken 15 minutes, he made in 6. When they reached the emergency entrance, she tried pulling out cash with trembling hands. "No," Michael said firmly. "Just go. Take care of yourself." Her eyes filled with tears. "You don't understand, thank you." She was rushed inside. And just like that, she was gone. Michael didn't know who she was. He didn't expect to ever see her again. But fate had other plans. The days after, a strange emptiness. The next few days felt oddly heavy. Michael found himself thinking about her more than he expected. Maybe it was the way she kept apologizing for being a burden. Maybe it was the fear in her voice. Maybe it was because he'd seen too many people fall through life's cracks. He wished he knew she was okay. But life went on. He drove passengers. Paid bills. Tried to stretch every dollar for his son's school expenses. He forgot one thing, though. Sometimes kindness circles back, when you least expect it. The call that changed everything. For days later, while Michael waited for a fare outside O'Hare Airport, his phone rang from an unknown number. "Is this Michael Evans?" a woman asked. "Yes, speaking. This is Dr. Donovan from Chicago Mercy Hospital. We need you to come in. It's regarding a patient, and she insisted we contact you." His heart skipped. Amy. He rushed to the hospital, worried something had gone terribly wrong. A nurse guided him into a quiet room. And when he walked in, Amy was sitting up, healthier, smiling softly. "You came," she whispered. Yeah, are you okay?" She nodded. "Better. I had internal bleeding. The doctor said if you hadn't brought me when you did, I wouldn't be here." Michael swallowed hard. He didn't know what to say. He wasn't used to being thanked. "But that's not why I called you," she continued. She reached into a folder and pushed it toward him. He hesitated. "What is this?" "My father," she said, "owned one of the largest private transport companies in Illinois. I'm his only daughter, and now I run it." Michael blinked, confused. "And I've been looking for someone exactly like you," she said. "Someone who doesn't see people as customers, but as human beings." She slid the paper closer. It was an employment letter, with a salary far beyond what he'd ever dreamed of. "You saved my life," she said. "Let me help change yours. A new beginning." Michael stared at the letter. A steady income. Benefits. A chance to finally give his son the life he deserved. But it wasn't the salary that made him emotional. It was the feeling that for once, someone saw him. Really saw him. He looked at Amy, tears stinging his eyes. "I didn't do it for anything in return," he said. "I know," she replied. "That's exactly why you deserve this." He accepted. And from that day on, Michael wasn't just a cab driver. He became a senior operations manager in a respected transport company, working with a team that valued him, respected him, and trusted him. But more importantly, he learned that kindness has a strange way of coming back, sometimes softly, sometimes powerfully, but always unexpectedly.